morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to the Armory TV. Welcome to Arsenal Newcastle match preview. Welcome, as always, to my pod brother. How are we doing?
Yeah, all good. The day was going well, and then we had heavy rain down here in West London. So yeah, that wasn't pleasant. But yeah, other than that, I'm in warm and ready for today and the challenge.
Thank you very much. Excellent stuff. Yeah. The challenge is going to be simple. It's not a retro one today, so you're fine. You're safe. I was tempted, but then Newcastle haven't done anything of great significance for so long. I'm like,
So
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
So it's still.
Warren Barton would have been the dummy. The
Yeah,
auto fail.
oh mate, yeah, he would have been guaranteed auto fail. Warren Barton. I can't
Arsenal
stand him.
fan. Arsenal fan.
I don't
Jeez.
care if he's an Arsenal fan. He's awful right back. Jeez, no, just no. What I was going to say about the rain, did you have the hailstones as well? We had the hailstones up here.
No, we didn't have that. Just heavy rain here. Just heavy rain.
We had hailstones on the way back from Picky Blake. It was not nice. Horrendous weather today. Right, let's have a look. Big up to Luke, Northampton Town fan. Went to the shop 4 days ago, brought a mug, checker, flag, etc. Plus, excellent stuff, Luke. I love that. I love people just going to this. I've got a wall shop, and I go in there and have a look around. Big up to RS. Hopefully everyone can hear us. I can't see anybody else. Okay, Tony's saying they can hear. Maybe it's your speaker or whatever listening device you're using, RS, but everything seems to be fine my end. Evening, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Evening, nerds. Hope you're well. B&B. Yes. Tony Fulbright said evening, Bobby and Brenny. Tony. Evening to Luke. Hope you're doing well. As Brenny is on like Newcastle, I don't expect to win. Oh, charming. Weather talk, always a good icebreaker. I go to the club shop to buy nothing at the moment. Well, yeah, I can understand your feelings at the moment regarding Carlisle. Surely with that result at Porto, Timmy, you've only done that to wire me up. No. Hein, look, he's a decent goalkeeper. I'm never going to knock him, but he's not good enough for Arsenal. Cedric, I can't wait till he leaves. I'll be the first one to have a party once he leaves. But yeah, if he has to start, he has to start. I always support all players at the club. I don't have agendas or anything like that. If he plays and he plays well, I'll say it. If he has a bad one, I'll say it as well. I don't change. I just don't like him. I just don't personally like him. But that's just me. Right, so let's talk about Newcastle. How are we feeling for the game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on a Saturday? Like, seriously.
You know what? 8 o'clock on a Saturday sounds a lot better than 12:30, really, doesn't it? I mean,
yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Was it supposed to be 12:30? Because TNT games are normally on at 12:30 on a Saturday. I was thinking that.
What's the game at 12:30 tomorrow then?
There isn't one.
Well, that might be.
There isn't one. So yeah.
How the Newcastle fans to get back? That's what I'm thinking. Jeez.
Well, they could probably stay overnight, and we've got some overnight stay if they come down West London, Red Lion and Pineapple pubs here.
Just because I heard it differently in my ear. Brenny definitely said the Red Lion. Okay, it sounded different in my ear. I'll just say everyone's fully aware. It did sound different, but I didn't know it was on about.
I did say that. Yeah.
It did sound very different. I was like, we're going down this path.
Red Line. No, never. I mean, no. And I like that. And I like the weather talk that caption that came up earlier on, which is true because I mean. I could be like Jay from the In-Betweeners and say, well, I'm mates with Ian McCaskill and Michael Fish. They would tell me the weather every day. So, but getting back to the matter at hand. Sorry, Temi.
Yeah, Temi's a little pessimistic because technically we are. Because Newcastle are going to come to the Emirates with a low block. We all know how they're going to play. Do you think we can break them down? That's the big problem.
Yeah, I think we can. And I mean, it's funny. Eddie Howe's on now, but I don't think they will because compared to last time, I mean, we're at Newcastle now. I mean, they're what,
Eighth.
eighth?
Yeah.
Now, you know what? They're going to have to come out because at the end of the day, they cannot say, oh, yeah, we've got a point in the Emirates and then try and win their home games and then try and pick off teams away from home, pick up points away from home. No, I cannot see it because they'll need to win. I think if they were in the top four right now, then you definitely see the low block tomorrow night. But they're gonna have to come out from me, and I think that could work in our favour.
Yeah, look, you're spot on. Newcastle, to be able to spend what they want to be able to spend, they have to continuously qualify for the Champions League. If they were to fall out of Europe altogether, their owners have their hands tied severely. That club will have to sell to buy, which is ridiculous considering they've got the richest owners in the world. But for FFP, they would have to sell to buy, which is why Isaac's being mentioned as leaving. Gamares is being mentioned as leaving. It's crazy because they're the richest owners, but this FFP really does nullify it. And everyone hates it, and I get it. I do get the reason why people do hate FFP, but it does stop these very rich owners just automatically just going into a club, buying Messi, buying Ronaldo, buying all the best players in the world, and all of a sudden turning into prime United, prime Arsenal, from overnight, because that's pretty much what they're trying to do. Chelsea have tried to do it and epically failed. But yeah, I like FFP. I have no issues with it. Luke's saying it was supposed to be 12:30, yes, but because okay, fair enough. That's probably because we were away as well. Tony, I have seen your team. I've started it, so I'll come back to it later. I'm pretty sure it's one of the ones that have been selected already. We'll beat the barcode B word. Fair enough. I'm all good today. Decided not to watch along on F1 testing. Can't be arsed waffling for hours, and it's boring. Yeah, I find practice rather boring. Well, it's testing rather boring. It's a bit weird as well because a lot of it, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to do it with these like metal grids attached to the back of the car with all these different sensors and stuff. It's like, oh, jeez, it's horrendous. We need revenge because of that horrendous cheating decision, says Tony. I don't care. He's English. Howe should be sacked at the end of the season. That's not progress. Owners want Jose will get that job next season when Howe is sacked end of the season. Yeah, I personally don't see Howe being at Newcastle next season. If I'm honest,
that's fine, Chris. I don't mind that. Then he could take the England manager job.
That's my hope. That's my hope. If Newcastle play a low block, as I suspect they will, we'll just have to be better on set pieces and hopefully score one of them to be able to score against them in open play. Yeah, we have to be able to work out a way to open them up, and that is by scoring from a set piece. I know a lot of people have been a little bit weird on the set pieces that we did against Porto, but to be fair, Nicolas is a bit like an NFL coach. He has loads of set pieces that he has in his mind, tries to use them, but Porto, they just kept falling over each other. I don't know.
Did.
And it was Porto players falling over themselves, and we got fouled. It's bad. That ref was a plonker.
It was. No, 100%.
We were rubbish, though. I will put that out there. We were rubbish ourselves. However, the ref was a joke.
Well, look, just going back to what Luke just said. I don't know if Luke probably agree with me. This maybe it's the old school in me. I just find that we've been so successful in recent weeks with the set pieces. I at times would just like someone. It could be Saliba, it could be Gabriel, it could even be Havertz. I just want someone to go near post to either flick it on or maybe just nod it in. You know what I mean? Just give us some more options instead of placing the ball to the far post. You know, because those near post flick-ons. I'll tell you what, no one likes to defend those near post flick-ons. We've seen it over the years. You know what I mean? I'll just like, I'm not saying it, if we see it tomorrow, then great. But we did see that. We did see that as well when Steve Bold became first team coach for a little while, didn't we? And then all of a sudden, Wenger was questioned about it, and then we didn't see it again because Mertesacker was doing that. So that would be something, you know.
Yeah, I'd agree. Tony's saying I'd get City's accountant. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't, personally. Him, I'm cautious about that. So he's on about Eddie Howe. To be honest, there is, for me, no better out there English-wise. We could go down the foreign route, I suppose, but I think Eddie Howe would do very well, in my opinion. We can all be disappointed with, but the meltdown was ridiculous. Yes. For people that are unaware, obviously they probably won't be aware of the chat that's been happening in the WhatsApp group with us today. Meltdown still happening. And I don't know why. It's a 1-0 defeat in a first leg. In a first leg away. If we'd
have lost 5-0, yeah, exactly. If we'd at home and we'd lost, then come on, what's going on?
Yeah, but we haven't. We lost away, and like I said on the preview, I wouldn't be shocked if we did lose 1-0, 2-1, or draw. It wouldn't have surprised me. We've never beaten Porto in Porto. I know it's the last time we played them was like 14 years ago, but it still matters. I don't know how it happens, but in football history, this happens. It's weird. You've got a whole different set of players, whole different owners, whole different manager, but that's still
right.
Cycle still happens. It's weird.
Yes, exactly. And I, I know it was 14 years ago. I know it was a different Arsenal, it was a different Porto. But if we're going to go with history, look what happened before when we lost 2-1 in that first leg.
Yeah,
I remember Sol Campbell scored. That was his last goal for Arsenal. And what happened in the second leg? And I was proud to have been in that. I was proud to have witnessed that performance. And Emmanuel Boué was the last player to leave the pitch that day because he just kept everyone. He was just fantastic. And that was a Nicholas Bentner hat trick that day. And then, would you believe I was at the game against Burnley a few days before, and Bentner couldn't score or couldn't do anything. It was weird.
That's wonderful football. That's the wonderful football. From one game to the next, it's never the same.
Yeah.
I think with the dead balls, Porto were confused, but not as much as our players. There were some rather strange decisions with the way that we set up, if I'm honest. Yeah. I love Nicholas. Everyone knows how much I love Nicholas, but it's a weird one. We lost 2-0 to Red Star Belgrade and went on to win the Champions League that year. There you go. Also, I don't know if people are listening to the commentary, but Porto have actually got a Arsenal trophy, but something to do with 1940.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
we hadn't been beaten or something. We went over to Porto, and then Porto beat us, and now they have a massive, like I think about 2 meters tall or something, statue or trophy where they beat us. We've got this thing about going to Porto. Personally, I think we just probably enjoy going to Portugal and enjoying the sun a bit too much. But let's bring them home, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. Look, if it's a big if we don't beat them and we get knocked out, then we'll have a chat. But until then, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Sorry, must have just missed your comment. Oh God, this StreamYard is having a nightmare at the moment with the up and down. Nasri had a nice one that day.
Yeah, he had a brilliant goal. One of the best goals I'd ever seen in the Emirates that day.
Sorry if I say if we get knocked out and lose ground in the league, we need to look at Arteta. Like I said, at the moment, we don't need to.
No.
I am waiting for the end of this, closer to the end of the season, to see where we are. If we get knocked out and then we drop to 4th, then yes, I'm having a conversation. We should be fighting for the Premier League until the last few games at least, and at least get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's my minimum. That's my minimum. Then we'll have a chat. We'll have a look. Then we'll have a chat. There are people out there that think you should win every single match. If only that was the case.
Everyone wants to win every single match.
This is the thing.
As we all know, it's never going to happen.
Are we the best club in the world?
No.
We're not. Let's be honest, we're not. We like to think it. We like to say it. We like to sing about it. But we're not. So
I thought, 20 years ago, I thought we were.
Yeah.
We were that good. We should have won the 20 20 years ago, we should have won the Champions League.
But we're not now, are we? We're rebuilding something special. We can see it's coming. If things need to be tinkered with to continue the progression, then we'll tinkle it, and that's regarding Arteta and stuff. As a club, I like where we're going. That's how I look at it at the moment. We had a lot of corners, free kicks, and needed to get one too many times. Went to the keeper. We will get the second leg when Moss there. No props. Diego Costa, isn't it? I think his name is. To be fair, he's a very good goalkeeper. So I literally, people forget how good that goalkeeper is. He is one of the most sought after goalkeepers in the world, and we were up against him. So it's mad. The Silva, I think we should. As you said, still just half time. That's exactly how it is. We should, but football doesn't work like that. I agree with that one. Temi, I've started your team. I can't wait to get to your team. It was cheap. The Silva one, I think, should be dating Gabriel Diaz. Best comeback ever, Tone. Agree. That's probably, we're in a real good place now. We need to score on that Diego. Him and Jota with that silly name. Jota. Is there a Jota on the Porto team? Oh, okay. You're Diego Jota. Okay, got you. Right, got you. I think it's Diego Costa, his name. I'm sure it is. Anyway, let's get on to head-to-head because we do want to kind of get through this show at some point. Right, so we played them 57 times since the Premier League started. Draws 11, 34 Arsenal wins, 21 at home, 13 away, 12 Newcastle wins, 8 home, just the 4 away. Recent meetings, they're all right. Last time we played at the Emirates was a 0-0 draw, though. We beat 2-0 before that. It's been a little bit. You can see that they clearly do the low block on us because of the score lines, really. Just seen some. Oh, Temi, I'm going to star it, but jeez, I'm going to be in so much pain going through some of those names. Jeez. God. Right, recent form. Can't believe he's put some of those names in. Anyway, let's go to Newcastle. True 2-2 with Bournemouth. Newcastle beat Forest away 3-2. 4-4 at Luton. Beat Aston Villa 3-1 on the road and lost 3-2 to Man City. So if you just look at those scorelines, you would suggest that they're not doing a low block on anybody with the amount of goals.
This is the thing. I mean, for Newcastle to concede so many as well, it's just ridiculous. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I feel that they definitely won't keep a clean sheet tomorrow, but I'll be surprised if they do.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If anyone was brave enough to go for a 0-0 tomorrow with a betting, they are brave. Because I'm guessing the odds are sky high because of the recent goals. But yeah, I can't see it being a 0-0. I'll be disappointed if we lost. I'll be more than a bit disappointed, to be fair. I'll be furious. But let's go on to Arsenal's form. So obviously we beat Burnley 5-0, beat West Ham 6-0. Sorry, Tabs, but we did. Arsenal, we beat Liverpool 3-1 at home, beat Forest 2-1 away, and beat Crystal Palace 5-0. So current form, 5 wins out of 5 is pretty good. Newcastle, I still can't believe that 4-4, I'll be honest, against Luton. But for people that like to knock Luton, I have to be honest, you really do need to watch them because they are a pain in the butt. They're really quite. I'm not being disrespectful when I say this, but most of their players are Championship and League One players. Like they work so hard as a team, and their performance on the night, especially I watched it against Man U, and I thought they were the better team, Luton, by a million miles. And Woods deserves so much credit for how he set his team up. They don't even do the low block; they just work hard, and that's the difference. League One are more delusional than Ty. The problem what you got there, Chris, is you got the two polar opposites. You've got League One that likes to be negative and oozes off it, but Ty also likes to be very positive. and oozes off that as well. And I don't like. I think everyone should just be entitled to their opinion. Don't attack everybody. I hear this word receipt. I'm going to keep this as a receipt. You know what I do? A receipt. I chuck it in the bin as soon as I get home. I don't want to keep receipts on what people say. I don't care. You know, I listen to people's opinions. If I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it. I'm not going to say you're wrong. Me and Brenny, right? We get on and we probably agree on probably 95% of everything we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
But if he would say something that I didn't agree with, I'll go, fair enough. That's his opinion.
Likewise. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not the be-all and end-all of football knowledge, and nor's Brenny, and I don't believe anybody is in this world, if I'm honest, because it's all their own opinion and how they look at football. You know, no one's better than anyone else when it comes to being an Arsenal fan. Not in my opinion. Maybe in your opinion, you'll love someone. I don't think anyone is bigger than anybody else as an Arsenal fan. We all support
we're all football fans.
We all love the club,
Arsenal or whoever. You know what I mean? We all love the club. You know, we're all fans at the end of the day. So you know, and we all want the same thing, allegedly.
Exactly. Mario's trying to get us some Magpies this morning. Go Mario, get the Magpies. We need Mario in our team, mate. That's what we need. Right, wonder if they'll go Burns or Livramento versus Saka. Currently, I've heard Dan Burn will be up against Saka, which I'll be honest is not that great either. Because Dan Burn, I have to give him credit. He's doing the left back role very, very well for someone that cannot run very well. It's basically like our pair Mertesacker. You put him on the left back. It's weird, but it works. Newcastle have been rubbish since they beat us. Knowing our luck, they'll turn up.
They've been so inconsistent. It's crazy.
There will be goals. Well, I hope so. I think I'm going to take a little bit of blame for what happened on Wednesday night. I think about a minute before that goal went in, I was complaining that my 0-0 bubble is going to be burst because I hadn't done a 0-0 for about over a year or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, I was so depressed about it. And then all of a sudden Porter decided to score and I was like, damn it. I wish I was quite happy about 0-0 now, but I just can't stand 0-0s. That was a horrible 0-0 as well. That was poor. Luton has really improved. Ogbene, Adebayo, Doughty, Sambi, and Barkley being good. Yeah, to be fair, there's so many good players in that Luton team, to be fair. They're hard-working. I'm not saying any of them are good enough for us, but they are hard-working. That's what I like. Yeah, Doughty's been really good. Opinions about opinions should be fine without whining. It's the people that like constantly remember, oh, you said he was bad, but now look at him, he's being good. Well, great. He's changed his form around. Great. Next week, he might be rubbish again. So, you know, it just happens. Lee Gunner likes the licks. Same with AFTV Turkish and his hate for Havertz. The hate for Havertz really does annoy me, if I'm honest. Gonna end 0-0. Yeah, it probably will because I've said it. Mario only 1 kill so far. Will Isaac be back? Isaac is a doubt. Have got the injury list on here, but I think he's a doubt. I'd switch Saka and Martinelli, as in what sides they are on, as in putting Martinelli on the right and Saka on the left. We need to do that more because that does give the defences an issue. As being a right back, if I was prepared to play against the winger that I was prepared against, and then all of a sudden they switch, then that confuses the heck out of me as well because I'm like, okay, what's he going to do now? So yeah, it's an interesting one. Right, let's get in. I can't remember what's next now. Everyone's confused me because everyone's going different things. Right. There we go. So this is where we are at the moment. Arsenal are in 3rd. Newcastle in 8th. Our stats are looking decent enough. 117 drawn 4, lost 4. Average goals scored 2.32. Average goals conceded 0.88. 10 clean sheets, 2.16 chances created per game. I like it a lot. Newcastle 8th. won 11, drawn 4, lost 10. Average goals scored is 2.12. Average goals conceded is 1.647. Clean sheets, 2.4 chances created per game. And I heard Brenny go, geez, is that the amount of games they've lost?
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought they lost about maybe 6-7 games, but I didn't realize they lost 10 games.
It's mad how many games they've lost.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite shocking to me when I was doing it. I was like, whoa, I didn't realize they'd lost that many games. But I said for me, I said, what did I say? I said to myself, like, I didn't think Newcastle would push again like they did last season. I just don't think they have enough in their squad.
Yeah.
And currently, it's looking that way. They just don't have enough, and they're always going to be restricted with FFP. Everyone's worried about them spending like 300, 400 million pounds in the summer. Not going to happen.
Well, that's the thing. And to be honest, I actually thought, well, not the Champions League, but I thought they'd have a domestic cup run, and I can't believe they're out of both. No, actually, no. Sorry, they're still in the FA Cup, aren't they?
Yeah, they're still in the FA Cup.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, they beat Fulham in the. I think it was in the last round. They beat Fulham.
Yeah, well, this is they have they are probably the one team in the Premier League that needs to win more stuff than anyone else, because otherwise they're never going to be able to grow as a club. Because sponsors aren't looking at them, because they're not an attractive club to look at on the TV, because they're not all going to be picked by them all the time. Sky are not going to pick at them just because they're Newcastle. So they need to improve their commercial value, unfortunately. That could take a few years. Right, injury list. Right, this is the important one. So Jesus is still a doubt. Tomiyasu is a doubt. Partey is a doubt, but he was in the training pictures today. Zinchenko is out. Timber is out. Newcastle, Anderson out. Jolinton out. Pope out. Target out. Wilson out. Isaac is a doubt, and Joe Willock is a doubt. And obviously Tadali, we all know about him. So we'll move on from that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting what you're going to have to do with the challenge today, because it is going to be a tricky one. But let's get into my 5 to watch. And this was a little bit different, but you know me, I like to think outside the box. Once I can find the damn video, that is, I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Right, so we're going to start with Kieran Trippier. We all know why. His assists are ridiculous. His set pieces are ridiculous. Defensive-wise, a little bit iffy at the moment, if I'm honest. But he's still, 10 assists is ridiculous for a fullback. So that's difficult. Fabian Schär was probably a surprise a few people, because obviously Botman's right next to him. But for me, it's like our Gabriel and Saliba debate. For me, Gabriel has been the best defender. Out of Newcastle defenders, Botman's a very good defender, but Fabian Schär has been way better. He's dangerous from set pieces as well. So, yeah, watch out for Fabian Schär, because he will be a bit of a nightmare from set pieces. Lewis Miley, got to talk about him because he's 17. It's amazing what you do when you trust a youngster.
Exactly.
I'm going to have an agenda about this, because we do need to give him a bit of a chance now and then, because that's what they did with Lewis Miley. They gave him a chance. I know there were some injuries. We had injuries at left back, and we decided to sell the one that we could have given a chance to. But there we go. But yeah, Lewis Miley has been brilliant. Very talented young man. Very, very talented. Almiron's in there. Everyone knows my love for Atlanta, so I'll always love him. He is my dirty winger. He sometimes does like to pretend that he's doing NFL or rugby with his shots. They go so far above the crossbar, it's ridiculous. However, he can be a bit of a pain in the butt against you as a fullback. So sometimes watch out for it. And his pace, he is ridiculously fast. So yeah, he could be a bit of a threat. And Anthony Gordon, I stand by this. I still think he's extremely talented. I know a lot of people don't like him. I think he's very talented personally. I think I think, to be honest, what they paid for him was still quite a bit of a bargain. I think it's at 40 million.
Yeah.
I think that's a bargain, to be fair. Look at that, 8 goals, 5 assists, and he's not a striker. Just so everyone's fully aware that he's not an actual striker. And he's doing all right there, to be fair. So, yeah, big up to Anthony Gordon. So let's look at the comments before. For your information, Lacasse got whacked. Oh, okay. So is she not injured then? Because that bit made me worried, if I'm honest. Because we got the North London derby next weekend, so I don't want Lacasse out for that. Hopefully she's all right, because that would really do me in. Party of doubt. Surely that can't be true, Bobby. He is a doubt. He's back from being out. He's currently now a doubt. It wouldn't surprise me tomorrow he's out again. So yeah, it's a fun roller coaster with Party when I get
now taken out.
Yeah, it's mad. Moss, when do I never do a challenge? Even I did a preview the other day, and unfortunately no one was free. I even did the challenge by myself. No matter what, the challenge happens. So Trippier has been suspect. Yeah, suspect defensively he has been, but he's still dangerous from set pieces, and that's the problem.
Yeah, we got to prevent that. We don't want any dead ball situations. We don't want any
fouls close enough to the box, which will be a threat. Sharon, Button, and Burns got to be careful on set pieces for them too. Yeah, honestly, some of these 5 to watches are really hard to do. Some of them are hard to do because there's so many players I want to put in there. But yeah, I probably would put Burns in there and Botman in there if it was the whole team. I could, but I can't. That Anderson, Elliot Anderson. To be fair, a lot of us knew about him about 3 years ago, and again wasn't given the chance. Thankfully, he stayed and was given a little bit of hope. And now look at him; he looks impeccable. Gordon and Almiron, good football IQs. She was hurting Lacasse, but played on. She's connected. She won't be back, as that was just the start of the. Oh, she out for that? What? Oh, right, brilliant. Great. Okay, working on challenge 11. Awesome. Doing a challenge is actually in competition. I always do it, mate. Almiron has a punchable face. Oh, I get that. I do get that. And I think Anthony Gordon's got one of those as well. But I do think they're very good and very talented, if I'm being honest. Right, let's get into the squads that everyone else has chosen. Right, so we're going to start with the one that Brenny chose, but it was also chosen by Tim, Karen, Mohammed, Juliet, Gumza, and the silver one. So you have gone with Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Havertz. Now, my only question for this one is, why did you drop Martinelli?
I dropped Martinelli. Basically, it's nothing to do with Wednesday. It's for me. It's all about him and the impact that he can have coming off the bench with, say, 25 minutes to go, for example. Especially being up against Kieran Trippier, because I think it could be a point where Trippier's probably, because Trippier up against Trossard, I think Trossard could win that battle too.
Yeah,
and I think on that right hand side, it's so important because with Trippier as well, can you believe he's actually in my Premier League team, and he's got me quite a few points, right? But then it just gets to a point where, obviously, with us, that's a different thing, because if he gets 0 points more, I couldn't get less, because I ain't winning any cash out of that anyway. You know what I mean? It's fun. But all jokes aside, it's I just feel that he will get a card. He's been getting a few cards this season. I think against Trossard, he will get a card tomorrow. Yeah. And also, and for Martinelli, if Trossard was was to come off for Martinelli, then I think Martinelli would have some fun, regardless of the score, of what's happening. So I just thought, and because we don't have that many options on the bench, I thought he would be the best option going.
No,
And
I'll go with that.
you know what I mean? And Jorginho, I thought, well, bring him in as the number 6 as well, and just protect the the back line, and as well as spraying those passes, which we're going to need tomorrow. You know what I mean? And Havertz as well up top. I think for him tomorrow, if he can get into Shaw and Botman's face and just confuse them, just have a real good battle with them, and help not only try and get us a couple of goals, but also the smudger role we talked about before, bringing everyone else into play, especially going forward. And I think we'll have no problems tomorrow.
So, what would you give your team out of 10, mate?
I'm giving this that team got to be an 8.
Okay. Right, let's move on to Miguel, Terry, Nicholas, David, Darren, Ricky, Simon, and Moss that have all gone with this team. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Havertz. What are we going to give that as a rating, mate?
I'll give that an 8 as well.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty much like for pretty much all of it. So yeah, because there's going to be a lot of Ramsdale, so bear that in mind. But it's more the case of why not? You tell me why not. We all know he's going in the summer. Let's be prepared for that. But why not give him the chance? All right, so let's move on to Romain, Tristan, John, Jordan, Takahiro, and Matt. They have gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. Pretty much going to be an 8, I reckon, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So not a lot of these have changed much, to be honest. Richard, Tolly, Stewart, and Luke H have gone with Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. It's literally just a change of a goalkeeper. 8, I'm going to guess. 8
as well. I'm going with league form as well. Forget what happened Wednesday night. That's just, I'm going with league form. You know what I mean?
Let's move on to Michael, Tom, Barry, Zayna, Claire, and Kelly. They've gone for Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard up front. Again, not much of a change again.
No, it isn't. So that'd be an 8.
Another 8. Let's find their team on here. There we go. James H, Patrick, Jonas, Perry, Andrew, Matt H, and Lee have gone something a little bit different. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard.
No Havertz. I mean, this is a game where I would start Havertz. Yeah. Smith Rowe, I mean, I'm a Smith Rowe fan anyway, but I would give this. I'll give that a 7.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Right, let's move on to the next 2 squads. Ben, Anthony, Ao, Liam, Florence, and Sam have gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard. I'm going to go at 8 already, I'm guessing.
I'll be 8, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, there's literally hardly any changes of these teams, just little tinkerings here and there. Jack, TJ, Mehmet, Mark, and Luke have gone with Rail, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Havertz.
8 as well.
8. And the final one is probably the only one that's going to shock a few people. Albert, Carlos, and Will have gone with Raya, Waters, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Rice, Nwaneri, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz.
Solid 7.
Yep. I want to talk about this one a little bit because Nwaneri, putting him in midfield would be a perfect game for this one, due to the fact he'll be up against Lewis Miley, a 17-year-old kid as well. So It's the perfect one to take a little bit of a risk in midfield. Raw Waters, I have literally no issues with starting anyway.
No.
What I would say is also people need to realise that Cozy Dewberry, Lewis Skelly are all training with our first team at the moment and doing like separate games with each other. So they're definitely knocking very, very close to the door at the moment, which is very good to see. I just hope we get to see. Yeah, I just hope we get to see him very soon at some point. Right. Okay. Moss has done a challenge. Tony's done a challenge of Stardom. Surely Kamara's is the altar foul. I do not tell you. But yeah, I did send that change to Kivio as seems Tommy's still a doubt. Tommy is a doubt. I don't think Tommy will play, but you never know. Manu would think Tommy or Zinni would be good to go by. Zinni, yeah. To be honest, he's someone that I would question whether or not we should sell in the summer at the moment because he's getting into the party area of unreliable. Martinelli form not great, says the Tony Silver one. I dropped Martinelli because I think what he did was dumb and he needs to be punished for it. Like Brenny makes him hungry and pissed off coming on as sub. I can't imagine why you've gone a 10 there, Tony. Maybe because your name's on it as well. I always pick Ramsdale and challenge 11, so spoiler on who's in golf. No worries, mate. And me too, Chris. Arsenal also found his partially due to his wet noodle legs and sausage biscuit bone structure. Oh dear. Big up to DWTT. Arsenal needs to trust his squad, please. 100%.
I just hope he's not an extra in casualty party.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Chris. Have you put your challenge team in yet, mate? I don't think you have.
Hey, the DWTT in the house.
Tabs is here now. If we risk it with him, I could beat you. Imagine the backlash. Yeah, 100%. Xhaka just scored a banger for Leverkusen. More misery for Harry. Xhaka goal for Leverkusen. Big up to Tabs. Evening, lads. Here to support Brenny for the challenge. Poor Sod's been revising all week.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Oh, I love that.
He's funny, man. Oh,
I'll tell you, there. I think when some previews probably come up, they probably go, oh, hang on, I don't even know the team. But yeah, well, I think we're fine against Newcastle, but let's get the challenge going. Okay, so for people that are unaware of the rules, you have to go with 6 for the Arsenal, 5 from Newcastle. You have to go with the home formation, which is obviously Arsenal's this weekend, so that's nice and easy for Brenny. Right, Bren, you're going to start with the Newcastle players first?
Yes.
All right, so who's your first player, mate?
Going to go for Fabian Shah.
All right, Fabian Shah. Okay, second player, please.
Ooh. Go for Anthony Gordon on the left.
Okay, Anthony Gordon on the left. Your third player, please.
We'll go for Dan Burn at left back.
Okay. Your fourth player.
For Almiron play one of the midfield spots there.
Yeah, you can. I can put it there.
Can't he? Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
I'll allow that.
Cool.
Okay, your fifth and final player.
One player. It's got to be. I would go with. Oh dear. We'll go with the keeper, Dubravka.
Okay. Okay, let's go with the Arsenal players then. Let's start with the right back. I'm going to guess it's Ben White.
Yep.
Your final centre back, which one are you going with?
I'm going to go with Gabriel. He's our
Okay.
most informed centre half.
100% agree. Your DM.
It's got to be Declan Rice.
Okay. Your other midfielder.
Man who's picked up some form recently, Martin Odegaard.
Okay. On the right.
Saka, please.
Striker.
Striker.
This is where it's quite tough, to be fair, because you couldn't have picked Isaac, you couldn't have picked Jesus. You kind of stuck with Trossard or Eddie, really. I suppose you could Havertz. You could go Havertz as well. I'll allow that.
I'll go with Trossard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Brenny's team. He's gone for Dubravka in goal, White, Shaw, Gabriel, Dan Burn, Declan Rice, Almiron, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Gordon. To be fair, with what you've got, that's a good team. I'm going to go with a 9. And the reason I'm not going to give it a 10 is because it's never perfect, because neither teams have got a full squad. So you can't...
Unless they're retro.
Well, yeah, obviously, I pretty much go for 10s for most of those because they are just beautiful to watch. We've got when we're playing Porto, I will be saying there is a retro challenge.
Yeah, because I'll be available for that as well.
Oh, excellent stuff.
Yeah.
So that's Brenny's. So well done to Bren. Let's get on to the 2 other people that took part in this, and then we'll get into everyone's comments on their own teams. Right. So Peter has gone with Ramsdale, Trippier, Burn, Saliba, Botman, Guimaraes, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Gordon, and Trossard. Again, good team. Got no issues with it. It's going to have to be a 9 as well, to be fair.
That's Peter Beardsley, by the way, everybody. Peter Beardsley.
And Andy has gone with Raya, Trippier, Burn, Gabriel, Botman, Guimaraes, Longstaff, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. And I have to be honest, when I saw Longstaff, I was like, what? Right.
Andy Cole. Andy Cole.
And that is an 8 for me because Longstaff, I like him, but he shouldn't be able to get into either of these teams, to be fair. Just to know. He's not an auto fail, but he's definitely not someone that puts up the team for me. Right, let's have a quick look and see what people have been saying, and I'll score everyone's teams as well. Chris is in the middle of doing his team. Excellent. Tabs just stitched up ready. I might do a challenge 11 for my previous only on Arden Carlisle. One message. Unfortunately, that's not the challenge rules. I do get it. Yeah, I reckon if I didn't have rules, I guarantee people would just put 11 Arsenal players, and that's not the whole point of it. It's to think about their team as well, because you have to respect them a little bit. Chris has put his team in, so I have starred it. We'll come back to that in a minute. Brenny wants to pick Trippier and goodbyes, but he's scared of
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. Seriously. Yeah. I thought that Spurs reject. Yeah, man.
Oh dear. Dan Burn should be a Ruby this week. It's a silver stinger. I'll be honest. When he was first playing there, I was questioning it, but I've seen him enough at left back, and to be fair, he's doing it very well. To be fair, he's probably one of the best left backs in the Premier League at the moment with form. He handles it so well, and it surprises me because he is such a tall bloke. technically he shouldn't be able to do it, but he does it well. Tabs is just kidding. He's a font of knowledge, is Brendan.
Thanks, pal.
Moss doesn't like it.
Moss, you don't like anything, man. Jeez.
Hello, panel. I'm sure you're happy to see me. Tequila, I'm always happy to see you. But I'm sure you're going to try and wind me up tomorrow night when we play Newcastle. For people that are unaware, Tequila is a Tottenham fan. He likes to come in the chat and try and wind me up regarding Arsenal. But look, we have good banter, and that's fine. Isaac is only question, so will be on the bench and needs to be allowed. No, because that's not the rules, Moss. Rules are rules.
Follow the rules.
Follow the rules. Hope Arsenal do well against Newcastle as they did. I love you, Tequila. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. Isaac may start on Saturday. Look, Isaac might start, but if they're on the list, they can't be picked. It's as simple as that. It's very simple rules. If they're on the injured list, you can't pick them. It's as simple as that. Peter's a good team. It is. Eddie Howe, just Isaac. Just said Isaac can play. He could play. He could. He's a doubt though, and that's why he's on the list. He's still a doubt. He's not 100% fit. If he was 100% fit, he wouldn't be on that list. So that's how I do it. Moss picks same starting 11 for the whole season. Isaac starts tomorrow, but not allowed in challenge. It's my. Why do people have such a? If you want to play your own game, then do your own game and do your own rules. It's absolutely fine. All in good fun, mate. Yeah, mate, I love you. Don't worry. But then you put in everyone's Tommy. No. Oh, God. The challenge is a competition with rules. When I ask everyone for their lineups, I give no one any rules, do I, Brenny? I just ask you for your lineups. You give me. Right. If you wanted to put Cedric up front, I would type it up as Cedric up front, and I wouldn't speak you for 2 weeks. That would be the rule. Just as simple as that. But the challenge is there and set up for this to make it interesting. Because tonight, Brenny hasn't been able to pick Jesus and Isaac, but he still managed to get a striker.
Boss, haven't we had this conversation before on here? It's deja vu, man. Deja vu.
Bobby has become Newcastle manager.
Sending the Denzel Washington DVD, man. Wow.
Rules are pretty simple. They are set in stone. They won't change. I had to change it because of M tried to get some previous former players into the challenge before. So I had to change that rule because M was like, well, surely you can put Bergkamp. Well, no, you can't because it's not an Arsenal Football Club anymore. Oh, God.
He's got Isak in as well.
Cannot keep track. My rules have been set in stone for all the time I've done this.
So long.
All the time.
Yeah.
Bobby's a dictator.
Yeah, man.
Right, let's get into your teams first. Raya, writes, Lieber, Gabriel, Kivior, Jorginho, Rice, Odegaard, Havertz, Martinelli, Saka. That's an 8. I remember enough of the teams. Temi, I love reading these.
Galiba.
Raya, White, Galiba, Kivior, Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Jesus. Wow. I'd love to say, well, would I love to say Jesus? I think I said the other night I don't think he could get in the team right now, but after Wednesday's performance, he probably could. So I don't know.
If he's fit to start in a few weeks, I think he will. Before the Porto game, I think he will.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Right, prepare ourselves, Bren, because this is Temi's alternative team. It's painful to read. Hein, Cedric, Squilacci, Mustafi, Traore.
Of all those, oh my gosh! Out of all those players there, I like Willock and Walcott. They're the only two.
Yeah,
Willock and Walcott. I can't think. The rest of them. Jeez.
Oh, they're so painful.
Maybe in the summertime we should do have a think with the all-time worst Arsenal 11.
Oh, mate, that would be about 6 different episodes, I reckon.
Oh God, yeah. there's just a few nominees already.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest, we've had some stinkers at our club, so yeah, that will take us a while.
Denilson. Oh, cringe, man.
I know. Moss has tried to do the challenge, and for some reasons, but Isaac, it's nobody that is on the injured list. He might play. I had Charlie Taylor, who played for Burnley. He came off as substitution against Arsenal. He was a doubt for the game. Managers do risk some of these players, but they're not fully fit. I personally, as a manager, if I knew someone wasn't 100% fit, I wouldn't even risk them because you're playing with danger. That's just me as a manager. What they decide to do is up to them. I know Isaac is not 100% fit, so he's on that injured list. So that's an auto foul because you picked him.
That's like saying, would you have picked Henry against Man United in the 2005 Cup final? He wasn't fit to play.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Tony's also gone auto foul. Isaac is in. Right. Chris, let's see what he's done. Ramsdale, Trippier, Cher, Gabriel, Byrne, Rice, Guimaraes, Miley. That's a good shout. Saka, Trossard, Martinelli. I'm going to have to give you a 9 as well, mate. I'll be honest. I think Lewis Miley's got the talent. I don't think he'll be at Newcastle all his career. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I think he'll go over to bigger things because he's that good. He's 17.
He's a good player.
And what I've seen of him so far is incredible.
Well, hopefully he can be Miley Cyrus tomorrow night. Just for tomorrow.
Yeah. There we go. He is a dictator, Tony. He took a democracy away. Do you know why I took your democracy away, right? It's because every time we did the challenge, who would you vote for? Would you vote for the opposition fan or would you vote for the Arsenal fan? I'm pretty sure you all voted for the Arsenal. Even when G did one, a horrendous challenge team, I remember it. It was horrendous. And the opposition fan did a very good team, and you all chose G because he's and I get it, but I like to be fair. I like to equalise everything. So for that, I took your democracy away, and I am a fair scorer, I feel. I don't think I'm harsh. I'm just harsh with the auto fouls, if I'm honest. I'll agree with that. I'm definitely harsh with the auto foul. I thought Jesus was a doubt. He is a doubt, but would he play? Who knows? I don't think he'll. I personally wouldn't risk it personally, but
no.
I'm not Arteta. Walcott, Denilson, maybe, but yikes. Denilson, nah, not for me. I didn't do it. What about you, Brentwood, Denilson? Because I know Denilson's one of those. Some people love him. I don't.
No, I wasn't. Watching that guy live used to frustrate me because he was on the pitch, but then you never used to see him on the pitch. He was just one of those guys. Yeah, I mean, it popped him with the odd assist and the odd goal or two, but for me, he wasn't that player. I mean, look, you've heard you've heard me go on about it before, but
yes,
I was so unhappy that day. I was not happy at all. I was happy, and then within 10 minutes, I realised it wasn't the Denilson from Betis. I thought, oh my god, we're serious here. I thought, replacement for Pires. You know what I mean? And Walcott, Walcott for me, you know, there were times where he was injury prone, but I mean, I thought, but then when he was fit, he did a job. I mean, people have only got to watch his goals and assists for the club on YouTube as well, and I just thought he was a very important player for us. You know, I don't know why a lot of people got frustrated with him, but I thought he did well for the Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree. Sonoga and Shamak, the worst. Kabadiwara.
Yeah, exactly. Diawara, I don't think even scored a goal for us. Chris Kawamia, I think Chris Kawamia only scored 3 goals for us. He scored 3 and 2, and then it was like, that was it.
Well, one of our players that we signed back in 2016, Asano, scored a goal against Munich the other day.
Oh, yeah.
no one mentioned that. I noticed in the group WhatsApp, which surprised me because we all talk about other players that have gone on, but Asano actually scored against Bayern Munich the other day. So, we've had some awful players. There was that Park. I don't. What's his Chung Yong Park or something? Oh,
yeah. I just
we've
thought
had some
that was
horrendous strikers.
I thought that was for marketing purposes. That was,
of course it was. Yeah, same as Inamoto and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of it's marketing.
Inamoto wasn't a bad player though. He played well
it's just unlucky, wasn't he, at the time?
He was, and he did well at Fulham.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he really well.
I've asked Wilder to pick my challenge team next week. I'd love to see Chris Wilder pick a team, to be fair, the challenge, because he's a character. He's done a redoozy, as Moss has called it. Challenge: Ramsdale, Trippier, Saliba, Shah, Livramento, Rice, Bruno Guimaraes, Saka, Martinelli, Gordon. Yeah, now that's a 9.
Yeah,
now that's a 9. I've got no issue with that. Liverpool worst 11 is so easy. Mignolet, Mankilo, Lovren, Sacco, Moreno, Paulson, Aquilani, Keita, Barini, Ungog, and Lambert. Yeah. To be fair, I'd love to think about like Liverpool. I'm sure they've had worse players, some of those as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
All our clubs have.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Definitely.
I'm seeing what Tony's done here. Unbelievable. What's my colour and my hair got to do with it? Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez. Right, anyway. Mignolet, Chris over Sander. Remember his clangers. Oh jeez. Mignolet is a clown. Xhaka striking 3-3 went through in his hands. Mika Birev, I mentioned gold again. Marlon Biscoro, Musa and Bunakeke been doing well. AC Milano. Who was the player we signed with a bad back but never played? Kolstrom. Is that Kolstrom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who scored a penalty for us in the semi-final of the Cup.
Yeah, he did play, but we did sign him when he was injured because that's what we do at Arsenal Football Club. Thanks. I just missed. Thankfully, everyone's missed my boobies today. I don't know why we have to talk about my boobies. But anyway, right. Rennie, prediction time.
Man must be watching the Carry On movie on one of his 5 screens. Oh dear. Carry On behind.
I love Carry On movies. Yeah.
Yeah. If we're going to this caravan tomorrow. Tomorrow, 3-1.
3-1 to the Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Chris is going for a 2-0. Tony's going for a 2-0. Wait for Moss's. Moss, Luke, everyone else in the comments, put your predictions down. I'll write them down. I'm going to go with 4-2. Yeah. I'm hoping. Well, I hope it's a clean sheet, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. With the way that we've been playing in the Premier League and the way that we can open teams up, and Newcastle clearly are not doing a low block at the moment. We could hurt them, but they will definitely get a couple on us as well. Temmie, I need you on every single stream, mate. I really do. Temmie's going for a 3-1 win and a rare hat trick. I love it. Right, let's have a look. Oh, geez, Luke. I'll be screaming the house down if that happens. But yeah, 2-1 to the Arsenal. Moss has gone for 2-1 to the Arsenal as well.
Cedric Screamer.
I'd love it.
That's someone else. That's someone else scoring a winner and Cedric screaming.
Yeah. Bobby doubled me up. C. Zinsberger in goal for Austria. She's no better than us. I can't wait till she goes, mate. I really can't. Everyone knows how much I am on her. It's just
I know.
And to be honest, D'Angelo's no better. So We've just got awful goalkeepers. Can only see Arsenal conceding 1, to be honest. I just like to just go out there sometimes. I think 4-2. Who knows? Who knows? They might not even get anything. Hopefully, no own goals. Temi. No, Temi's actually going with Raya hat trick. So actually, Raya scoring goals. Temi's been on this for quite a few streams now that he thinks Raya will score some goals. To be fair, he possibly could accidentally score one. With the way his kicking is, he could accidentally score one because he's got a fabulous kick on him. Instead of Cedric the Entertaining, we've got Cedric the Screamer. Raymond is allowed to bring a box on the pitch, but only can use it when someone shoots. But I don't see Arsenal conceding solid defensively, so that's why I said 2-0. Well, mate, I have literally no idea what's going to happen. It's all predictions. You know, what happens. Yeah. I hope it's a good game. It's a bit weird that it's 8 o'clock on Saturday night. Makes my day quite quiet, to be fair, which is quite nice. But also this weekend, I will be doing a Carabao Cup 3 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. So, yeah, please do tune in for that as well, because obviously it's not Arsenal related, but it's a Carabao Cup final. Why not? Branny, thank you as always for coming on, my friend. Where can people find you?
Hey, you can find me on X. I've already put out quite a few videos of past Arsenal versus Newcastle fixtures, so enjoy those. And you can also find me on Instagram, and you could also find me on here on the Armory TV.
Thank you very much, mate. But yeah, you'll see me again tomorrow. I'll be doing the watch along as always. I like punishment quite clearly. I just obviously like watching Arsenal. Just give me a stress. But next weekend also is a big one. North London derby. Arsenal versus Tottenham. It is huge. It's 12:30 kickoff on the Sunday because the men are playing on the Monday night that weekend. We're playing Sheffield United away. So,
yes, that's right.
Yeah, it's it's a bit of a weird weekend for Arsenal fans, if I'm honest. It's going to be a North London derby, Sheffield United away on the Monday. It's going to be a bit of a weird weekend. Guys, appreciate all your love as always. Hang on. What's this? Bristol Rovers versus Carlisle tomorrow. Both love to concede goals full time 0-0. He's gone for a full 1. Bristol Rovers. Dermot could be joining me tomorrow night. You know how much Dermot likes to wind me up. So I'm sure he might pop in tomorrow. It could be interesting. Thank you very much, Tony. Appreciate the love. Guys, I'm out of here. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening, day, wherever you are in the world. We'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.
All the best. Take care.